Morning in Japan, evening in America. We are starting our first full day in Kanazawa. We already kind of went to one of the attractions and went out to sushi last night. If you probably saw the video, we had shared 3 bottles of sake, and I was really super hyped up because it was just an amazing experience. Good sushi, and we wandered around in the rain. Kanazawa is apparently one of the wettest cities in Japan. It's currently raining again. There are tons of little people with umbrellas down there. It's also got 98% of Japanese gold leafing business. One of the few remaining oil paper umbrella makers is still here active in Kanazawa. You can get a custom made umbrella. Wagasa, I think is what the thing called them. The custom made umbrellas. Pete's looking it up. We have a whole tourist thing. You can get them custom made, but there is a year wait list for it because it's all custom made by hand. Each panel on the slats is hand glued into place. It's not like a big sheet of paper. Wagasa. Yeah. They do this intricate cord work on the inside of them. The pictures are amazing. I kind of wanted to see if we could maybe stop by the shop, but it's probably not a thing to just go to the guy's factory and say, hey, I want to see you making umbrellas. There's also a mini samurai district and geisha district. But apparently in Kanazawa they were not called geisha, they were called geigi. I'm not really sure why. I was just reading the information thing and it said so. We're really close to a park and castle complex, like a 5-minute walk from our hotel, that is rated third, I think, in Japan. Is it third in Japan for the Sakura? The Korokoen?
It's one of only 3 gardens that's recognized as some sort of wonderful magical criteria. It's considered like the best garden in Japan, basically.
It's one of the best gardens in Japan. And it is amazing. I took some photos yesterday. I think I posted some of them. I don't remember after the sake last night. But there is apparently a big Sakura festival going on today that we're going to be heading out to as soon as I get done doing this. They were setting up yesterday. There were booths, and it smelled so good. There was one we walked by. It smelled like chocolate strawberries. It was amazing. Tons of people, all over the place. Pete, the lady that took us to our hotel room yesterday that made Pete feel uncomfortable because he's not used to being waited on. He's all, I'll take the luggage. And they're like, no, we're going to put it on this cart. And he's like, okay, well, I'll push the cart. And they're like, no, you get on the elevator, we'll push the cart, and we'll do everything. It was really cute. He just totally didn't know what to do with himself. But she was explaining the park and castle grounds to us, and she was like, yeah, I went there last night. They light them up at night. It's really beautiful. Can I show you pictures? And Pete thought that it's just so cool that we're here for something that the locals even consider like a huge thing. The Sakura coming out every year isn't just a tourist thing. The people who live around the parks and everything will pack up picnics, and after work they'll go and hang out with their friends and just sit in the parks and look at the sakura lit up by spotlights and stuff. And they really want to share it with people who appreciate it. It's mind-blowing kind of a thing. They want to share it. They don't expect you to participate in it, but if you want to, they are willing to help make it a better experience. It's I don't think there's anything like it in America. We just kind of I think we try, but our society is just different, so it doesn't come across the same. And the sushi place last night was, we walked in, they didn't speak English, and Pete got all worried and concerned, and I got a little bit like, I don't really know what's going on here.
Well, to be fair, it was a tiny little place with 8 seats, and we'd just been booted out of another place that said they were reserved for the night. So I wasn't sure if he was telling us that there were no seats available and we had to go somewhere else, and it was hard to tell if we were going to get to sit or if he was trying to find a way to tell us, like, no, I have no room. And it was really unclear for a good couple of minutes.
So the chef, eventually came out from behind the counter and laid out place settings, and he's, basically signed, these seats are taken, but there's seats at the end of the counter if you want to take them. And we're like, okay, daijoubu desu. And we sat down, and he asked if we wanted sushi or sashimi. We ordered sushi. And he asked if we wanted anything to drink, and we ordered sake. And I got to watch him cut all the stuff up and like make the whole thing. And it was a tiny little restaurant, just like traditional looking restaurants in movies, kind of. I'm gonna see if we can walk by and get a photo of the outside of it. It's seriously just a sliding door in the side of a building, and you open it up, and there are, I think there may have been 9 seats, maybe 10, but yeah, it was tiny, like very, very tiny. And we started eating, and everything was great, and then the people that already had the seats came in. One of them apparently knew English, but he really was uncomfortable trying to speak it with us. But his friends kept poking and prodding at him, trying to get him to speak in English. And he was the one that could speak English. Got sent out by the chef to go get takoyaki because chef brought out octopus taco, and I told him, he asked if we wanted some taco, and I'm like, it's Pete's favorite in Japanese, and he's like, oh really? And then they started talking about takoyaki, which was, I think, the only word Pete understood out of everything that was going on. And so he used Google Translate to say, I really want to try takoyaki, but we can't find it in the U.S. So chef sent the guy out to go get takoyaki at the nearest stand, and Pete brought it back, and they brought it back to Pete, and they're like, "Here's soul food," and Pete says it is actually soul food. He loved it. Tell him.
It's awesome. It is freaking great. Plus, I can't believe, you meet some random strangers in a bar and you're like, I really want to try takoyaki. Guy runs out of the bar we're in, goes finds takoyaki and brings it back. I mean, how cool is that?
So when we get back to the U.S., I want to send a postcard and maybe omiyage. We'll see if we can find something in thanks, because it started out really scary, but was one of the better birthday dinners I think I've ever had, because it was just so bizarre and unusual and unplanned, and it was just, it was great. I loved it. Um, the only, it was a little weird because there was smoking allowed in the restaurant. Um, but a couple of the gentlemen, they had their cigarettes out. They're like, "Daijoubu? Is it okay if we smoke?" And we're like, "Yeah, you go for it. We're in your space. We're not gonna complain." Um, and then chef gave me two sake glasses that were made out of bamboo, and one's lacquered red and one's lacquered black, as a birthday present because we told them it was my birthday, and that was